All right. Hey, Shalom, Akim. Call Yamla Yahweh Shemel Shai. Bahashim Rakakwadash. Barakatha Yahweh. Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Barakatha Yahweh. Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Barakatha Yahweh. Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Call Yamla Yahweh Shemel Shai. Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do well and teach well. Peace, blessing, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity. All right, Lord willing, this reaches the ears of the hopeful elect. All right, it's your brother Kazak coming at you once again on another live stream, and it's, doing something a little different. Figured I can try this on screen record, but the spirit has been on brothers to go into this, man. All right, here we go. You see the title of this lesson. Here we go. Okay, we are approaching that day, man. Okay, when they're about to legalize and mandate the C-HIP. Okay, the C-HIP. If you're in the know, you realize what I'm saying, But due to the algorithm and things of that nature, you got to be wise with what you say. Okay. But here we go, man. All right. Because as of just 11 hours ago, this was updated. And it reads, and this was what's today? Today's considered the 10th, right? So yesterday, it reads, Biden signs bill to boost the U.S. C-HIPs compete with China. Okay. They realize that they're running out of time. And they're making it quite obvious. Okay. They're making it quite obvious as to, them, speeding this thing up. Okay. So I'm going to just get that real quick, if I may. Revelation. And this is a scripture that'll never get old. Okay. Cause this is what it is. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. All right. The devil, which is Esau, Edom, okay, which is a so-called white man, okay. And not your average Joes. We're talking about the so-called elite, okay, of the world. But they're seeing the prophets out there, man. They're seeing the prophets. They're seeing the men of the Lord. They're seeing people waking back up to our power. If you go back into the book of Judith, I want to say it's the 5th chapter, around the 15th verse or so. It pretty much went into, if they were to remove Israel from, from their power source, which is the Lord, okay, that they would pretty much rule over us, and that, but because they see that Israel is waking up, we're coming back to our power, coming back to our heritage, they're running out of time. It's being shown on NASA. You have the fathership, that was roughly around 3 times the size of the whole earth. You have chariot sightings all over the place. All right. They're seeing Bible prophecy coming to fruition. Thus, that's why they're doing this, man. And of course, they're going to put another narrative on it. They're going to put something else, like they're going to use it for vehicles. They're going to use it for machines and technology and all this stuff, man. But they're about to drop over, I want to say, $270-something billion on this industry. Qualcomm and Global something else. It'll go into it in the article. I'm not going to read the entire article, and Lord will not post a link in the description so brothers can read into it. But hey, man, we're here, man. You know, needless to say. So if I may, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm not going to play this list or this video, but it says President Joe Biden on Tuesday signed a landmark bill to provide $52.7 billion in subsidies for U.S. semiconductor production and research to boost efforts to make the United States more competitive with China's science and technology efforts. Okay, because obviously China is a more advanced country. You know, those Moabites and Ammonites, man, they smart, man. They're far more advanced as far as, you know, their technology, you know, their infrastructures, their architecture and things of that nature, you know. And here you got Babylon trying to compete. But hey, you see what's going down in certain parts of China where they got the lockdown going on. They be enforced into these camps. Okay, China may be the first, could be very well be the first country to implement this whole CBDC. Okay, this digital currency. Okay, granted, you have certain places in Uganda, like I saw an article earlier. I think it's Uganda. Okay, they're implementing it, or they're implementing like a DNA tracker. Social credit system essentially is what it's coming down to. You know, but they tested on these third world countries. You know, those are like the testing grounds. You know, that way when it does come to Babylon, it'll be a well-oiled, machine, smoothly running. But it's not gonna go down as smooth as they think. Now, they're gonna make it hard. They're gonna make it hard for the people. They're gonna make it easy for people to just go and get this shit or this. So like, let me not say that for the sake of the video not getting taken down, but for the CHIP. Okay, they're gonna give you incentives, man. You know, you take this thing, but you be able to feed your family. You be able to travel across the country. You be able to go visit family across, in the next city over. Okay. And people are going to be so desperate that they're going to do it. Look at how the Crown Royale went down. They said, hey, you can't fly. You can't go to these other countries if you ain't got this thing. And because the lockdown was so detriment to, to the country, so detrimental, that people were desperate. And it wasn't even that hard. Nobody put a gun to their head and told them to do it. You know, they might have ran the risk of losing their job, but man, come on. These people just wanted to go back to normal. They wanted to be able to travel. I think right after they open things back up, we take it for the sake of trying to work. Okay, it's going to be a requirement. It's going to be a requirement to work because, hey, man, how else are you going to get paid? Okay. People aren't willing to lose their jobs. People aren't willing to risk that, because they're still stuck up in this world. And I'm just speaking as a man. The Lord will remove people in your life being in this truth so that you are by yourself, because he knew that if you were to stay in a certain predicament or certain situation, whether it be your woman or your children, you may very well fold and give in. Okay. So, don't think as us losing people, losing family, losing friends for the sake of this truth is a bad thing. Okay. because at the end of the day, he has our best interests at heart. So, hey, if he had it to where he removed certain people in our lives, hey, so be it. So be it. Reading is, the future is going to be remains unclear what the U.S. Commerce Department will write rules for reviewing grant awards and how long it will take to underwrite projects. Okay. So here are the companies that are all in cahoots with this whole device situation. Okay. And it says, Salakia. Let me see. There was something else that I saw. Yeah, it says progressives argued the bill is a giveaway to profitable CHIP companies that previously closed U.S. plants. But Biden argued Tuesday this law is not handing out blank checks to companies. Where was it? I can't find it exactly. But it pretty much gave you like an exact estimate. There we go. The legislation authorizes $200 billion. $200 billion over 10 years to boost U.S. scientific research to better compete with China. Now, we don't have 10 years, man. 10 years is, we may have one more year left, and that's just me. That's just me talking as a man. But through the spirit, man, I firmly believe that we have less than a year. I believe that this thing is going to be, high visibility, highly spoken of, very, very well activated come by the end of the year. Okay, come the wintertime when things are being shut down and it's, terribly cold outside. Electricity shuts down. The food supply chain is completely out of whack. You can look at anywhere from, the winter season up until, early, mid-spring possibly. Okay, we could very well be out of here, Lord willing. So this whole 10-year plan, that 2030 thing that they trying to implement, they trying to speed that up, but they're not going to go, it's not going to go through. Okay? It is not going to go through. Yep. All right. So now I'm gonna go into some scripture. All right. This is I want to get Ezekiel because that's what I initially had because I want to go into it, man. I'm not sure if it's broadcasting. All right, there we go. All right, hey, can you hear me? All right, so I'm gonna just keep going through the spirit. Maybe it was just the reception bad area, but I'll read again Ezekiel 2:4. For they are imputed children and stiff-hearted, and I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai power. Because you got the apostles and elders, okay, from Great Millstone that have been teaching the MOT to the B, teaching that they're going to implement this thing, okay, and people have disregarded it and rejected it, okay. But what's going to happen? Verse 5, and they, whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them, because this is something that we've been talking about for years. And leading up to right now, you know, it's being pushed in the news. They're talking about it in the news. Okay. And next thing you know, is this device, this thing will be starting, be going into people's hands, man. And in their foreheads, Neuralink, things of that nature. But this is all unrighteous, man. This is all unrighteous decrees. All right, let me get that in Isaiah. Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, and these are unrighteous decrees, unrighteous laws that they're in these bills that they're putting out there, man. Okay, it's gonna be mandated, man. Where it talks about in Revelation the 13th chapter. Okay, where it says, he causeth all. And let me get that, Revelation 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, and that image is this whole system. Okay, this whole government. All right, that's the everything that the artificial intelligence, everything, man, all put together. This whole system is what that's referring to. And those who aren't willing to bow down to the NWO, the New World Order, okay, then it says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they're going to try to come after those who stand up against, that unrighteous decree, and who stand for, for righteousness, more or less. There's still going people who are against it, and they're going to come for them too, but they're really coming for the elect. Lord willing, we're of that number. But one thing about us is that we have that hedge of protection. We got Yahweh Shem Shai to protect us. He's going to guide us and lead us in that day. So we need not to fret. We need not to worry. We got the Lord of the universe. We got the God of the universe literally protecting us, man. You see? All right, verse 16, and it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You see? And that mark in their right hand or in their foreheads is what they're referring to here. Okay? This is what they're referring to. All right? We here, man. We are literally here. We at the end of this thing, man. We going home soon. We going home real soon. And you can feel it in the air, man. It seems like the waters are calm right now. Okay, you got, it's a little ripple effect. Hey, but those big waves is about to start storming the beach, man. Okay. And they said, scriptures talk about us being the sands of the sea. You go to the beach, man. You grab a handful of that sand, man. You can't even count it. We represent the sand, man. We represent that. And that wave is it's coming. Okay? That big wave is coming, man, real soon. Lord willing, this year and beginning of next year. Okay? We ready to get it up out of here. All right? What is that? Ecclesiastes, 43? If I'm not mistaken. You know what? No, Second Esdras. Second Esdras, chapter 9. And, verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. Okay, now when you go into that word devices, it goes into evil purpose. Okay, peril. It was peril because of the evil purposes. that were coming to it, those unrighteous decrees. Okay, and just to prove it, I brought it up here in 2 Corinthians 2:11, and I'm going to get that as well. But it says a mental perception, thought, and second, note says an evil purpose. You see, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purposes. That's, once again, those unrighteous decrees. Okay. And it says, and I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Right? Referring to the elect, the remnant. Because if you look at a cluster of grapes, you're looking at a large amount of grapes, but he's specifically pointing out one grape amongst a cluster. You see, a remnant compared to, the masses, so to speak. Verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for which great labor have I made it perfect. You see, so he's gonna preserve his elect. Okay, he's gonna preserve his elect, and those 2/3, the 2/3 of our people, these celebrities, okay, these basketball players, these rappers, these musicians, these actors and actresses, they're gonna be paid off, man. They're gonna take the bag to try to make this thing enticing, make it to where, they're going to be making commercials about it. So people be like, oh man, I want to be like that person. I'm trying to be like Steph Curry, or I'm trying to be like LeBron. He over here, they talking about this. Let me go get it. Predictive programming, they've been doing this for years. There was old 90s cartoons that was portraying this Karak, man. You see? But because that's all we did as kids was watch cartoons. So all that we just soaked all that up. And but whatever. I'm kind of just kind of ranting. All right. But hold on. I'm gonna get this real quick. I forget exactly where it is. Salaki. Yep. Same. Oh, okay. I'm tripping. It's the same chapter. It says, 2 Judges 9:15. I have said before, and now do speak, and I will speak it also hereafter, that many more of them which perished than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. You see, once again, the people that are going to be delivered are compared as a symbolic to a drop compared to a wave. You see, and that's a major difference. All right. So Lord, he's going to preserve us, man. He already has. Okay. And you got to look at it through spiritual lenses. At the end of it all, once again, like I brought out earlier, he'll bring people into your life, to remove them as well. But when people leave your life or whatever, for whatever reason, he knows our spirit, and he knows what and what not we're willing to bear. Okay, so once again, if we got families, we had a woman or kids, we had a house, the Lord will take all that away just so that you're not tempted above your, what you're capable of, All right, so, and then I want to, it's already got it over here, 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, we're not ignorant of what Esau is trying to do. All right, we see his move. We see his every single move, man. All right, and it's not going to catch us unawares, man. We're the children of the light. So, hey, the water Yahabashim Shai for for giving us the spirit to be able to discern and see these things, okay, and to be as watchmen and spiritual news reporters, and to give warning to the elect, feeding the sheep. All right, so, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And in closing, I want to give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rek HaKodash. And until next time, Shalom.